What a project! We have finished the casting of Terry Jones, sculpted by Nick Elphick. What a project it's been. We have filmed everything from start to finish, the highs, the lows, the blood, sweat and tears. And for your eyes only, enjoy. Before we get into this journey, it's important to understand the fundamentals of bronze casting. The process we use is called the Lost Wax method, and here it is in a very basic nutshell. A sculptor first creates an original piece of artwork using a material such as clay. From that original, we create a mould by carefully applying multiple layers of liquid silicone rubber, capturing every detail. We then build a fiberglass jacket around the mould to hold its shape and provide strength and support. Once cured, the mould is removed from the original sculpture, leaving us with a negative. Hot wax is then hand brushed and slushed inside the hollow mould. The jacket is secured back around it, and once cooled, we're left with a fragile wax-positive duplicate of the original sculpture. Next comes a stage called treeing up. Wax runners and risers are attached to the sculpture, which will later allow molten bronze to flow through the piece, while also letting trapped air escape during casting. The entire wax assembly is then repeatedly dipped into a ceramic slurry and coated with fused silica sand until a thick, incredibly strong ceramic shell is formed around it. That shell is placed inside a 900-degree kiln where the wax melts out from the inside, leaving behind a hollow ceramic mould. This is where the term lost wax comes from. Once prepared, we pour molten bronze at over 1,100 degrees Celsius into the shell, filling the space where the wax once was. After cooling, the ceramic shell is carefully cracked away, revealing the bronze casting beneath. The bronze runners and risers attached earlier are then cut away. What remains is a solid bronze version of the original sculpture. From there, countless hours of metalwork refinement and finishing take place to make the final piece look exactly like the original artwork, only now immortalized in bronze. At the Lost Foundry, this is what we're all about. So with that covered, let's take you right back to the beginning, where we first received the molds of the Terry Jones sculpture.
So this is the first part of the sculpture. We've got another mold coming in a few weeks' time, but this is the first part. These are the legs of the piano part of the sculpture. So in order for us to actually get to the bronze, we need to then brush in a wax. So we need the wax to then go through to the shell room. So first we're going to start brushing in nice hot wax. We've preheated the mold with an air gun, with a heat gun. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to start brushing in hot wax all over the surface, brushing in at about 90 degrees. Got to be relatively quick, because otherwise the wax starts to cool and it starts getting a bit chewy on the surface of the mold. Now, that is the first layer, completo finito. Now, as you can see, it's starting to get a bit darker in the ankle and in the foot than it is up on the leg. More layers, the thicker it gets, the darker the wax becomes. Here's one I done earlier. You've got about a wall thickness there, which is about 3 to 4 mil. And then when we bolt this mold together to the other side, and then we slush it with cooler wax, we'll fill this up. And then when we pour that wax out, it will leave a wax layer over this already, giving you that little bit extra thickness of wall. And that is perfect for pouring. Now, gonna get yourself a torch, heat that knife up. Nice and toasty. Get it nice and toasty. Start seeing the knife change color, get lighter, which is going to hit the side You can see how thick that's coming in now. It's going to heat that edge, clean the edges up. And when we come to bolt the two halves of the mould together, like I said before, we're going to pour wax in, and then we're going to slush the wax out, and that wax then will leave a layer over this, giving us our 1/4 inch.
This part is crucial because the detail is captured then. You've got your mould, which is a negative, and you're brushing a wax in, which then makes a positive. Like I say, this part was crucial because if you get this wrong, it's back to the drawing board.
So as you can see, we've brushed in, we've trimmed back the edges. This is a little bit thick here, so we are going to spoon that out with a hot spoon. But as you can see, it's got a nice thickness there. That's the thickness you want to end up with. So we're going to just hot knife that down a little bit, so when we slush it, it will end up being that thickness. Then we've got all these different parts, all these different molds, all these different components, which are going to be brushed in individually. Then we're going to bolt certain elements of it together, and then we're going to slush those elements to join those sections to itself, if that makes sense.
I cannot stress to you enough how time-consuming this can be, but also how much time we don't have to move on to the actual first component, which is the larger piece of the sculpture.
Now we've brushed in all of the panels, we've just basically bolted all of the sections together, and the seams, because it's a large span and wax is quite fragile when it's cold, what I'm doing is I'm just getting some Hessian matting, and I'm just going over all of the joins. So I'm going to basically just glue all the joins together, like so. Get a little bit of hot wax in there. And then I'm just dipping the matting, and I'm just placing it over the join. And then that will then make that join super strong. And because the Hessian is a combustible organic material, it will actually burn out in the burnout shell process. So it does two things. It helps strengthen it, gives it stability, and it's able to be burnt out. So it basically just two birds, one stone.
It's so important to get all these components, all these different parts of the mold together, lined up, because once it's all slushed and we got the wax out, if it's misaligned, we got to start again. I don't have time for that.
Now everything's brushed in, we actually demolded the piano the other day, and inevitably what you've got is seam lines, and seam lines are just flashing where the sections of the silicon mold were bolted together, and we've just got to clean it up and basically blend in to all the other textures that are around the actual sculpture itself. And my job now is to just heat up some tools, little dental tools such as this, and we're just going to go over the seam line like so, and we're just going to put in the texture that's either side of this seam line. The reason why that seam line's there is because you wouldn't have been able to get the mold off the sculpture without damaging any vital areas, so you've got to put seams in areas where it's being able to be removed without it damaging or misplacing, so that's why they're there. So I've actually spent a couple days working on this piano, and as you can see, all the keys are all undulating. It's got a lot of character, and this whole piano is going to look so amazing alongside Terry himself, sat at the piano bench, naked, the naked organist, the most famous photo of him. And I think I'm going to go and show you now the portrait head that's come out, and he's got that beautiful, infectious smile. the actual portrait of Terry, sculpted by Nick Elphick, this beautiful character of Terry. He's got this beautiful smile, the infectious smile, showing his beautiful teeth, that big, the big collar there, his messy hair, and him sat at that organ playing the piano, naked. This smile and that kind face makes up for the whole piece itself. This arm is going to be cast separately. But as you can see, this arm fits in that join perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast this in bronze and we're going to cast this into bronze. Then with the magic of Tyler and his TIG welding skills, we're going to weld that on there like so, and we're going to get the correct angles where everything lines up, where everything's meant to be, and we're just going to tack it in place. We're going to then put a beader weld along here, and then we're going to grind it in, blend it in, as if it was all one piece. So I'm going to work on this area here, and as you can see, there's a seam line that runs all the way through the top of this cafetiere. And ideally what we need is for that all to be blended in, and that we can't see any of that line at all because it's really drawing from the eye. So I'm just going to go along with a little bit of heat. I'm going to get chasing.
When it's all cast, you need to make it look as if it's been cast in one piece. So I've spent hours, 2 weeks of just fine chasing these seam lines to blend it all in and to make it look like it's been cast in one go.
So there we have it. We started off with a seam line. I've worked it. I've added heat, dental tool, sculpted it back in, melted some wax that the sculpture's been cast from, added bits where it's necessary, and then I've just gone over it again with a bit of heat, a little bit of white spirit, which helps break the wax down and allows it to be more malleable. So I'm just dipping the tool in the white spirit, and I'm just putting in those lovely details.
So Nick's coming down, he's about to arrive. I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest. When he comes in, I know he's gonna like it, but deep down, I'm my own worst critic. So I'm there worrying, and he comes in, and the first thing he says, it's perfect. And all of the anxiousness just disappears, and we can just get on, be super creative, and let those creative juices flow.
So Nick, what do you reckon?
Mate, do you know what? I was so unbelievably nervous. I haven't slept all night.
Neither have I.
Just worrying out. Look, it's Terry.
Yeah.
Terry Jones in the wax, and he's looking fantastic.
He looks great green.
Yeah, he does look great green, actually.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird seeing him in bits.
On the butcher's table.
Lots and lots of little bits. But yeah, we just basically, the reason obviously I'm here is just to clean up any details that may be wrong with it, or any air bubbles, maybe like a tooth's fallen out or something, and look, the teeth are absolutely perfect. That's how well they've come out of the cast. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really chuffed. And look, I mean, it's just so weird seeing the hands in a different material to the clay.
Yeah.
And the legs as well.
More permanent, actually. It's just like getting more and more permanent.
Yeah, that's it.
As the process progresses.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. I don't know, honestly, I feel like...
A weight's been lifted. Yeah.
I was really worried. And then on top of it all, one of my biggest fears was this magical desk that, the desk stroke piano. Because I know how difficult this is to mould and cast. There's so many elements on it. I didn't expect to come and see this all in one. I mean, I didn't. I thought you were it was gonna be in sort of sections, and we were gonna have to work, because obviously I know that you need to cut this up into sections to cast.
Absolutely, yeah.
But we've had to do this because we've also got Sally Jones, the daughter of Terry, coming down at 2 o'clock.
So after Nick had inspected the piano and the figure, Nick wanted to just really focus on the portrait and actually add a few details that he may have missed in the sculpt or felt that he wanted to just smooth down, basically put his own touch on the wax part of the bronze casting process. And then once that's all done, we can sign it off and we can go straight into shell investment.
It's tight. Gonna go here. I'm really pleased, man. It's come out nicely. The other reason why I feel extremely blessed is this is going in my hometown. It's literally going in the village, the town next to where basically where I've lived all my life. And it's going to be there for the rest of my life. So it's just an honor, really.
So Terry's daughter is coming to inspect the work in the wax before it gets into casting. And there's a weird kind of pressure or nervousness behind this because Nick is effectively our client and Sally is Nick's client. But between me and Nick, we've got to club together and make it look like her dad. Because this is her father.
Bronze brain already.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
And also the
little,
door knockers.
The knockers from the...
Yeah.
So he looks almost slightly more cartoonish, doesn't he? I think it's psychological and it's the colour.
Yeah.
I think it's that, isn't it? You know, it's going from grey to green.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's when they go into the
eyeballs, maybe.
yeah, it's just the sort of lighting when it's going to be in the lighter when it's going to be in the lighter bronze.
Bronze, and then you've got that lovely subtle brown patina on it.
Yeah.
Out of every bronze company I've used, he's the person I can completely trust to do the right patination. He's a genius at patinating. Thinking it'd be nice to have it slightly risen, so cutting that,
Pushing it in.
yeah, it's just.
Like it's almost falling off.
It just makes it 3D.
Yeah.
If it's too flat, it just, I think it
kills
loses it.
So if we take a little corner off that and we'll weld that on now.
Yeah.
Because this one, I like the way the lettering gets all kind of
that's cool.
disrupted.
Yeah.
But this one, I just think could be in somewhere on the back of the...
Yeah, oh, sorry, it was going here, wasn't it?
Piano. Slapped off and peeling. Slapped on and peeling.
It's
not,
quite...
Maybe not straight. Well, I'll tell you why I'm saying it that, because
it was on
it was slapped on a suitcase.
It was,
like
yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah, so...
His old suitcase that Take the baby.
Oh, brilliant.
Goblins just do.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'll cut around here,
into
and then
there.
I'll trace around what I've cut around, and I'll drop that in, wax weld that
Yeah.
in. Same with these.
This is going into that.
Yes. Well, you can actually get away with it a lot more because that's actually quite flat here.
Yeah, exactly.
So now Nick and Sally have gone, they've given us the okay, and now it's time to cast.
In order for us to turn this wax sculpture of Terry Jones into the immortalised bronze, it needs to go through a stage of ceramic shell and then pouring the bronze into that ceramic shell. But for us to get there, we need to attach some channels and means of being able to pour the bronze into the ceramic shell. We need to attach these with heat and a palette knife to areas where we want to feed the bronze into. They will then join to what we call the pouring cup. Now we've got all of our gates in place, this is where our bronze is going to flow in and fill this lovely portrait up of Terry. And voila! He stands.
So we're treeing up the head, and so we're adding wax runners and risers to ensure that the metal can get from the crucible into that negative void, which is our ceramic shell. But in order for it to get there, we need to add vents. Vents in under the chin, the nose, all the areas that are slightly overhung, therefore giving us an airlock, and then we need to just allow the air to travel through those important components.
And as you can see, I've added a couple extra little vents there, and that will help vent the air coming out from the collar. What I need to do now to aid our ceramic shell next door, I'm actually going to cut a hole in the back of his head so that when we dip our ceramic slurry, the slurry can go in quite easily. It's not just bouncing around the slurry tank. And also the air can then let that get in and cure the inside of the ceramic shell as it's standing to dry. And then once we've cast the cap, we'll just weld that back in.
We're ready to get into that ceramic room, and if we don't get this right, it is all that work for nothing. Nick has come in, he's added details that he may have missed, he's smoothed off areas that he wanted to smooth off. If this doesn't go to plan, he's got to come back.
And we're simply going to dip. You can see the liquid going into the back of the head. There's no resistance there. And it's a nice deep barrel, so you can get quite a lot of the sculpture dipped without having to turn it upside down. Leave it in there for a couple of seconds. Down again. And then you're going to remove it. Allow the excess to escape. So this is going to capture all of the detail, and then we're going to cover it with a fine fused silica, and that's going to start building up the layers. I'm going to just then sprinkle a load of this fused silica over Terry, like he's a piece of fish. It's like his breadcrumbs. Egg yolks and breadcrumbs, and we're just giving it a nice coating like so, and then you could start just really going for it.
Now, we've dipped the portrait head, but we have got 28 other wax sections that need dipping just like this head, and they all need about 8 to 10 dips. That's about 300 dips of slurry in total, and if one of them goes, we then have to go back to the mould and brush in the wax of that missing section. If it goes wrong, we're screwed because we do not have enough time.
Today is the day. We are pouring the portrait of Terry Jones. And this has had about 8 dips of ceramic slurry. And on the 3rd dip, we put a layer of fiberglass matting just to reinforce and give the shell some integral strength. We're now going to put it in this preheat kiln, and we're going to get the shells to about 800-900 degrees. And the furnace is on. So we've got bronze melting, we've got the preheat kiln preheating, and then in about, I'd say, half an hour or so, we're going to then pour the portrait, and it's going to look absolutely bob-on. Here is one I made earlier, Blue Peter style. This is on its 3rd dip now, soon to be on its 4th. After its 4th dip, I'm going to wrap it in chicken wire, and this just gives it extra belts and braces so that when we do come to pour, any pressure that wants to push the shell out will hopefully keep that nice and retained, nice and strong, and those shells are going to be absolute bomb-proof until that bronze is poured. But they're starting to look really nice colour to them. When they go in the dipping tank, they start off yellow, they get put next to these fans, and the air is drying them out. If
It's a bit like when you stick your head out of a moving car with your mouth open, your mouth instantly dries out. That's kind of the same effect we're after. The other day we actually poured some of Terry's limbs. They were the first things that kind of went through the shell room, and because they're relatively small, they were quite quick to be able to produce the shells. So in order for us to kind of meet the deadline, it's nice to be able to get these pieces through and be able to work on them, and then when it comes to just putting them together, all we have to worry about is working the weld lines rather than chasing each inch of the surface of the bronze. So Tyler at the moment is just checking the viscosity of the metal, and he's also removing the impurities, which we call slag. Sometimes you get some ceramic shell, or you'll get some impurities in the metal that needs to be removed. They float to the top when the metal is ready. But that glowing reddy orange is what it's all about.
I've done many pours in the time I've been a founder, but this one in particular just give me the heebie-jeebies. We had the furnace on, the foundry was rumbling, we had the portrait in the burnout kiln, in the preheat oven, and it is ready to pour. It is time. It is make or break. If this actually goes wrong, like actually goes wrong, the mold splits, we're screwed. We have to then get the mold out, start the wax, do the shell, and get back to this point. And again, we just don't have the time.
So there we have it, guys. The head is poured. That's cool now. So there we have it, everyone. We poured Terry Jones's portrait and it's come out amazingly well. I can't tell you how pleased I am.
Now the portrait's poured and it looks amazing. It gives us the confidence that we can pour the other 27 shells without any failure. Let's hope so, fingers crossed. So now all the pieces are poured, now it's the fun game of piecing it all together like a big bronze jigsaw puzzle. Now, thankfully, we've got an amazing team at the foundry. Tyler, who is our key metal worker, he welded it all together and we were chasing it in. He chased in all the fine details and brought it all to life, and to the point where it actually looked like the whole piece was cast in one go. But little do you know, it was all cast in 28 pieces.
So we poured the head, and we also poured the body and the bench and the piano, and it is all looking amazing. Once it's all poured, we've got to bash off the ceramic shell, sandblast it all clean, and start piecing it together. Tyler's then welded all the bits together, and what Tyler's doing now is just blending in all of the seam lines and the weld lines to make it look like it's been cast in one whole piece. And it is starting to look absolutely incredible. The arms are on, the legs are on, the head's on the torso, everything's looking as it should, and we really cannot wait to start patina. Nick's coming down on the 30th, and we're going to patina the whole piece together, and it's going to look absolutely incredible.
So this is such a huge day out of all of the months we've been working on this sculpture, because this is a make or break time, the patination. The patination's crucial, because this is how people are going to see it from all walks of life. It's going to be installed at Colwyn Bay in its final colour, and that's a traditional bronze.
All the metalwork of Terry and the piano have finished. The team have been amazing. We've all clubbed together and we've managed to pull off one of the biggest, most complex jobs that have ever come through the doors of the Lost Foundry. But as you can see, all the different elements and the components of the piece. So I'm just going around with a Scotch Brite and I'm just bringing up the metal so that when we have the chemicals are basically exposed to raw metal and they react a lot quicker and a lot stronger. And from there you can then tie it down, you can rub the chemicals back, you can quench them, and then you start building up the depth of colour which we're wanting. We're wanting that lovely kind of warm, chestnutty brown.
Oh look, he's golden.
Oh, there's his bum. Oh, it looks fantastic.
Oh, he's been completely cleaned up now and polished.
Oh, it looks
so
great.
mad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Oh my. It looks so tactile, doesn't it, with all the touches on it?
It's weird looking at it in gold and just to see that difference when the bronze goes on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the
Just,
moment, it kills the face and everything being shiny.
Yeah, it looks a bit too contrasty. Yeah.
Which is what hopefully on the patinating, I've said to Rich, I don't want it to be too dark, too light. It's got to have a mid-tone brown, so it doesn't, you know, like, so we haven't got any black going in the eye, you know.
But do those marks stay? They stay visible.
These will all stay visible. They'll actually sing more.
Yeah.
Because this shine.
Because you'll get that difference.
So all of this, you'll see those textures come out. Everything comes out. All the finger marks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited. It transforms it the moment the colour comes in. Like, I cannot believe to see it in the raw metal.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing, man.
Yeah.
You've done such an amazing job, like cutting all these seams up, putting it all, welding it, and then having that, you know, my texture's still in there. So it's fantastic. One of the reasons why I love working with you, because one, we work great together.
Yeah.
And I can trust you. And sometimes I've worked with big bronze companies and it's been very difficult to try and find the creative bounce off each other. And with you, I can come down, help patinate, work together on how that works, and do some testing and play with it. And the patination is so important because it can make or break a piece of work.
So now what we can do, we rub it back like this, and we're putting all the darks in the recesses.
I mean, that was a whole day and a half. It felt like a week. And to make things a little bit more edgy, The whole family and Nick was stood there watching, which added another little level of pressure, but it was nothing for us professionals. We got to load this sculpture in the back of the trailer, drive it all the way to Colwyn Bay, which is a 6.5-hour drive from our foundry. And then when we get there, we've got to drill into the reinforced concrete, and hopefully that our drill bits are man enough to get through that reinforced, structurally steeled concrete, and it has to fit. If it doesn't fit, and everyone's watching us install this piece of work, if it doesn't go smoothly, it doesn't look great. So we got up super early, 3 a.m., and we're driving up to Colwyn Bay. So I think what we can do, this one quite nicely, just lift him up. So is he facing out towards?
Yeah, so it's facing out this way. So I want to have the corner of this about this far in, you know.
Yeah.
But we can move him around once it's up. So it's basically being able to see the visual on the corner.
Yeah. Very gently. There you go.
Nice. Perfect.
Oh. We need to still cut some pins, don't we?
Yeah.
We're down here at Colwyn Bay, where we are installing Terry Jones. The time has finally come. I'm here with Nick, Tyler, Sally, and we're just gonna drill the holes. We're gonna mark him out, we're gonna get him fixed in position, and then we're gonna drill the holes, and then we're gonna fill it with chemical resin, and then just hopefully, first time lucky, slot him in, and he looks perfect. Nick, it's in.
I know, mate. I can't believe
That's
it.
incredible. Surprisingly, it drilled relatively easily to get that resin in.
Mate, do you know what? I was up all night worrying about you guys crashing. You came down at 2 in the morning. You've been driving 7 hours and just getting these pinned.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can take an hour, 2 hours just to pin one.
Yeah, just to drill one hole.
But it looks
luckily,
fantastic.
yeah, I think the patina looks great. And in this setting as well, it just opens it up. In the workshop, it looked huge, but now it fits in beautifully.
You've done it. Let's get.
I'm amazed. I think it's absolutely incredible, and the patina looks so good.
Mate, the amount of work that you've put into all these thousands and thousands of parts, welding it together.
I mean, all cast in separate sections, welded together, looking at reference photos, and just to the image, to the finest of details. Well done, mate.
Mate, give me up. We've done it.
Woo!
Over 2 years' work, isn't it?
Yeah, over 2 years' work. That went smoother than I anticipated. It was a 6.5-hour drive there, install for an hour, and then a 6.5-hour drive back. So I am beat. Today is the day. This is what the last 6 years in the making has come to. Look at all these amazing people all turned up from miles. People have come from overseas, all around the world for this momentous occasion. Terry Jones, the naked pianist, is being unveiled at 3 o'clock today, and there is an amazing graffitied shed surrounded the piece so that when it gets unveiled, the shed's going to come down and it's going to be looking absolutely amazing. The crowd's going to go wild. But what a testament, what a tribute to Terry. And you can see how loved he was and the Pythons as a whole, all around the world. They had such a heavy influence globally, and this just goes to show how loved they actually were and still are. So although our work is complete, the pressure came flooding back on the unveiling day. There were so many people, hundreds and hundreds of Python fans come from all over the world to come and see this piece being unveiled. So all of a sudden, I had this kind of overwhelming sensation of just anxiousness because the shed is going to explode and the sculpture's going to be revealed. And it's at that point, when the crowd goes wild, you can really put this job to bed.
Give a very, very warm welcome to Nick Elphick!
Oh my God, this is such an incredibly complicated piece of work to mould and cast in bronze, and then the Lost Foundry as well, who aren't lost, they're definitely found wherever you are. They did an incredible job. I mean, you won't know how much work goes into making a bronze like this.
Terry loved Wales and Colwyn Bay, he loved it from the bottom of his heart, so today it's apt that he's going to love it from the heart of his bottom. Thank you very much.
We are literally moments away from the piece being unveiled. We've managed to get ourselves into the media section, so we are literally up close and personal. I'm feeling quite nervous actually. All this work, there's months and months of work gone into this very moment, and it's just incredible.
Dig, now, oi, sal, breath, pimp, pepper, tree, sal, yield!
How amazing is that? The unveiling, it looks incredible. Everyone's here. Everyone, look how happy everyone is. On the bright side of life, always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side. How you doing, Michael? Pleasure to meet you.
Are you one of the team?
Yeah,
great.
me and my team cast the
Very
piece.
good, very good.
Yeah,
well done.
it was since Christmas. We had the moulds and we were working closely with Nick and Sally.
Yeah.
And here it is today.
And did it
Absolutely.
take a lot of the actual, the shape of Terry? Did that take a lot of sort of work?
Yeah, I mean, luckily.
It's really good. It's
putting it all together was an absolute dream. So it's been an absolute honour to do.
Yeah. It's quite a bit of bronze though.
It is, 480 kilos.
Sword.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, 480 kilos to be precise.
It's good.
Yeah.
Really good work.
You approve?
Very much.
Yeah,
Very
good stuff.
much.
Good
Really
stuff.
good stuff.
Yeah. Give it a good old rub.
It's going to take a lot of rubbing to get down to the proper.
Get it going beforehand.
Get a Brillo pad on it.
You have a full-time studio.
Yeah, so we do full-time casting. So we are a bronze foundry based in South Devon, called the Lost Foundry, and we cast commercially for sculptors across the UK and overseas.
Great.
And Nick is one of our nearest and dearest, and we've been working closely with him for about 3.5 years, 4 years.
And Terry and the bench was one.
So the bench was in 2 halves, and Terry was in 3 sections. I just want to say, amazing.
Honestly, thank you so much. I mean, the amount of detail that you've put in, I've been able to keep in my sculpting Like, I just didn't know if it was possible because there's so much work that's gone into it.
Yeah, I think between your sculpting, the mould making, the wax work, and then the final bronze, it's been cast 3 times.
Yeah, and I can't thank you so much.
It's been an
I mean,
absolute
like
honour.
this is the biggest thing. It's like, imagine doing a painting that takes 2 years,
Yeah.
and the only way the public are going to see it is
Yeah.
to basically take a photograph of
Yeah.
it, cut it up into lots of little pieces,
And then put it back together.
sew it back together
Yeah,
again. And that's how
seamlessly.
the public are going to see it.
Yeah.
And I was so worried, and you've done a fantastic job. I mean, that is a very complicated bronze. I
Yeah.
used to work for a bronze company,
Yeah.
as you know, and I didn't envy you.
No,
So
well,
thank-
I mean, we've made it happen, and it's been, a testament to our team, craftsmanship,
you so
everything else. Thank you,
Thank
Nick.
you.
And that brings us to the end. I mean, it is a fantastic opportunity from start to finish. And I never thought, when I first started out wanting to cast sculpture, that it would have led me to this moment. Shaking hands with Michael Palin and Terry Gillingham have been a highlight of my life so far. But to actually cast a sculpture for Terry's family and the Pythons, this has been a momentous occasion, and I cannot thank the universe and everybody involved enough. It has been such a groundbreaking piece of work, and I hope this may continue because we are early doors and we are just about to hit the ground running with what we can achieve. I just want to say, none of this would have been possible without the help of the team at the Lost Foundry, Tyler, Jack, George, and my wife, Flo, and Jordan and his team at Apex Media for actually coming out and documenting this whole process from start to finish. This is a huge collaborative team effort. This is not just a one-man show. This is a whole team behind all of this. And so, yeah, appreciate every one of you, and thanks for watching, guys. It has been incredible. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And yeah, until the next big sculpture, we'll see you there.
Well, we're being really nice and positive at the moment, aren't we? But Sally isn't even here. Sally's
She's the biggest critique.
Oh, like that.
yeah, that's the one.
Cheeky seaside.